You have these people that say jump and then you ask them how high. But you see, they don't even treat you the way you treat them. Why? You deserve better. You deserve better. You don't want people who want to put you under their control. You need to be very sensitive. Trust your six senses, and listen to yourself. Sometimes we know that we are aware that we're being manipulated, but then we just ignore. We just ignore. Our instincts tells us that this person is just manipulating, because some of them come across as being very, very nice, shockingly, you know but you need to know, even when they are nice, you need to know that they are manipulating you. In today's episode, we'll be talking about those people who feel entitled. You know, some of these people that feel that their desires, their wants are our rights. Those people who are always full of themselves, they always want to be the center of attraction. You know them, don't you? You know who I am talking about. Today, I'll be sharing with you my thoughts on how to deal with these people. I've had so many dramas in my life. I've come across these people, and I'll be sharing how I've actually dealt with these people. So you want to stay till the end of this episode on how I've dealt with them. However, if this is the first time you're joining us, thank you for joining us. This is the Bola Adeyeye Omishade Show. You're welcome to our community where we support people to identify their purpose, to find their voice, to communicate their message, and to be the best version of themselves. And overall, to answer those life big questions that have remained unanswered. So, welcome to our community. And also, if you're a returning viewer, like I always say, I'm glad you're here again. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to enjoy and learn one or two things from each other today. Now, today I'm going to be talking about dealing with those people that feel entitled. We have them in, the drama queens. We sometimes have this kind of people as our folks, as our friends, as our family, our children, our parents, yes, they feel that what they want, what their needs are, what their wants are they perceive them as their rights, and they look at it that they deserve these things. How many of you at some point in your life you have this person that you haven't spoken to in a long time, maybe 5 6 years, and then they possibly message you on social media and say, you're selling this product, I really like it, can you, let's see how it works, send it to me for free. Or maybe, let me say this way, oh, I really need money, I'm struggling with this, that, can you send me money? And then they feel, and then maybe you say to them, oh, I don't have, or you start feeling guilty that you're not able to provide this need to them or this money, and then they get angry. Yeah, they get angry with you, or so there's so many scenarios, these people, isn't it? You know who I am talking about. Yeah, these are the people, those people that always have a sense of entitlement. Now, the first thing I would advise you is, we always know these people. You, unfortunately, as humans, we tend not to follow our guts. We tend not to follow our instincts. We, of course, know that these people have a sense of entitlement, and instead of, when they come to us and they are coming up with their dramas, instead of us staying on our ground, we let it go. Unfortunately, they get used to it and they keep seeing things that you need to do for them as a right instead of looking at it as a gift. Even if it's you're giving them your time or you're giving them effort, they need to see it as a gift as opposed to they being entitled to it. Yes, they need to see it as a gift. But firstly, one thing you need to do first is you need to ask yourself, why does this person feel entitled? Firstly, some people are just seek attention. They want to be the center of attraction or attention per se all the time. So you need to identify the kind of entitlement that they are seeking, you know, and looking at it in because of course we're in a marriage series. As women, we get married into homes, and some homes are, well, I some homes where you have people, they said, as a wife you have to do this, you have to do that, do that, and then when you get into that home, everyone expects you as a wife to be a slave. Some of you know that, isn't it? you know that's cultural. They expect you to do the cooking, do the cleaning. It doesn't work like that. You need to know how to set the boundaries. I'm not saying I'm not saying that do not be nice to your in-laws, do not be nice to your husband. No, don't get me wrong. But when you're doing it, when people don't appreciate it, and then they keep, they taking advantage of you, then you need to know when to set the boundaries. You need to know when to say no, 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 no. Yeah, you need to know when to say no, 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 no. Now, a lot of people find it very difficult to say no. I have actually talked about this. I'm going to go into teaching you how to say no, or maybe sharing my thoughts on how to say no. But first, you need to identify what kind of entitlement this person is seeking. Is that person a narcissist? When I first started my talking on the social media, I talked about people who are narcissists, and so if you, I probably possibly upload the session on narcissists, or I'll put the link in the caption for you to see. If you need to ask yourself, is this person a narcissist, or is there something this person is insecure about, where they just want to come to? Is there some? Definitely they have something that they are hiding. Because some of these people, they come across as they own everything is about them, they are comfortable. But you see, there's something that they are hiding from you. And of course, you don't want to offend them. You want to make them happy. You want to please them, and then you keep going after them, even when you know that they feel entitled and they don't even deserve what you're giving to them, or they are not grateful for the things you're giving to them. You see, so these people, this is how they work. They come as, I have everything, and then when they request for things from you, you feel they have it, they are just asking for it. So because they have it, they can afford it, No, they don't. Now, it's not everyone that you see makes a lot of money, that is able to afford everything. Don't forget that they have bills as well. They have bills to pay. So they come across as being comfortable. They have, everything. God has given them everything, and then they keep asking you, and then you feel, I'll do it for them. You keep doing, but you know the shocking thing, you never ask them for something and they do it for you. No, they never. So that's when you need to know that I am dealing with somebody who feels entitled, and you can't actually keep pouring water in a basket. You need to be very sensitive. Like I mentioned, we don't follow our instincts. You need to learn how to follow your instincts. So the moment you identify the kind of narcissist, or the kind of, maybe the person is a narcissist, or the kind of entitlement this person wants, you need to ask yourself. You need to sit down and ask yourself. For example, the person comes to you and asks you, oh, can I have some money? You're all working now, you have a job, I should do this for me. You ask yourself, when I didn't have, Was this person there for me? That's a very, very key question to ask yourself. Was this person there? Or, for example, you say, if I am not where I am now, am I able to reach out to this person and they will help me? I've had a couple of people that I know that no matter what I do, no matter what I ask, they would always say no. And for those that know me, I've mentioned a couple of people. I know folks that I would they're always very good with their answers. And which is, of course, it's okay to say no. But do you want those kind of people around you? Because it can be very draining and exhausting. So you need to ask yourself, do if I am not in this position, will this person be able to lend me a hand? Will this person be there for me? Will this person listen to me? When last did I talk to this person? When last did I have any communication with this person? You need to ask yourself those questions. So if you're able to do that, you also need to ask, does this person deserve this? And when I mean deserve, nothing good comes easy. When you work, you get paid. Okay? So, and even if you don't work and you're getting something, the person is getting it as a gift. Is the person appreciative? Because sometimes you do some things for some people and they are not appreciative. Yeah, they are not. They feel that you should do it for them. So when you find out that this kind of people, you do things, you might have done it once or twice, and you feel that they are not thankful, then you need to know that you need to stop. But you cannot change these people. That's one very important thing I need to say to you. You cannot change them because sometimes they are oblivious about their actions, because of course they feel this sense of entitlement. They think the world revolves around them. So what you need to do in that case is you need to change how you deal with this kind of people. You need to change your approach. You need to change your approach on how you deal with them. And I'll tell you, for example, I know saying no is very difficult. Some people find it very difficult to say no. So instead of saying no outrightly, you can delay the no. Delay it. You need to use the delay tactics and say, well, can you give me some time to think about it? The moment you give it some time to think about it, then you will be prepared. You have the opportunity to prepare yourself to say that no. Yeah, you need to use the delay method to say no. But in most cases, if you have been able to evaluate and ask yourself, why do I need to quickly say, why do I need to do this thing for this person? Why do I need to give this person this? Does this person deserve it? Then you should comfortably say no. Now, you would have a lot of people that would not be happy with you, definitely. You would have, because of course they feel entitled. But change comes with a lot of things, isn't it? So that's the process. You need to prepare that these people will not be happy with you. You possibly have a lot of enemies, or folks that become distant, Some of them will block you on social media. Some of them will block you on WhatsApp. Yeah, but that's okay. Change. You yourself, you're changing, you're improving. So the moment they're out of your life, you're giving space for whoever is going to be of benefit to you and you be of benefit to the person. You're giving space for the person to come in, and then you can actually direct your attention towards something else. So when you have said no, it comes with this sort of thing. So prepare for it. It's okay. If you have the opportunity to speak to people who are actually at the peak of their career or peak of where they want to be. They don't have good relationship with most people that wants to suck away from them. So these things, the change comes with lots of things, and you need to prepare your mind. And when it comes, you need to say to yourself that that's part of the change that I want. That's part of the change that I will experience. That's part of the change I experience. Another thing that I would like to mention is these people, they come to you and they want to change your no. They want to force you to compromise your values. And that's when you need to be very rigid, but rigid in a nice way, because I know that in the past I have struggled with, sometimes when I talk, I instead of coming across as being very calm and talking in a very nice way, then they take advantage of you being, and say, why are you blah 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 blah, but that's me, you see. But the other thing I've realized is that when you say no, even if you're calm, or you're maybe being aggressive, or maybe not aggressive, or maybe you're on top of, they would still be angry, so it doesn't really change anything, but it's always better to come across and say your no in a very calm way. Some people are very good at this, you see. So you need to say your no in a very calm way. You need to, and also try and limit the kind of conversation you have with them. When you know that because they always plan their conversation, they are very good with planning. So they know the things that, they know your weak points, they know how they can actually get you. So when you start observing them, okay, and then when they're actually ready to make that request, you sort of change the conversation. Or maybe you time yourself. If you have to be on the phone with them, you just say to them, oh yeah, I have something to do. I can only spend 2 minutes on the phone with you. Or you maybe you're in a place together, you excuse yourself. I'm not saying don't do, because sometimes it might come across as really rude, but don't come across as rude. You just need to say, well, I have another appointment, and excuse yourself from that place, so, because to be honest, you will find out that there are some people who are close family, close friends that you cannot do away with. You just have to deal with it, and of course, you cannot change them. So you have to actually come up with your own way of dealing with these people, and that is making sure that you time when you want to talk to them. You give it a time range so that you're not actually going into, you don't find yourself in a place where you're not able to say no, and also you need to think about when you're trying to part away with things, because of course it's always give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. And when I mean give me, it doesn't really mean money alone. They want your time, they want you to do stuff, or maybe you have a career. They feel that because you have a career, you have done this, then you need to do this for them, you need to do that for them. No, you need to not find yourself in a position where you would be stuck, and not you won't be able to withdraw. So the moment you feel that they're actually going in that direction, then you need to withdraw and you need to say bye. You see? So you need to get used to it. A lot of people wouldn't be happy. A lot of people wouldn't be happy with this. You have these people that say jump, and then you ask them how high. But you see, they don't even treat you the way you treat them. Why? You deserve better. You deserve better. You don't want people who want to put you under their control. You need to be very sensitive. Trust your sixth senses, and listen to yourself. Sometimes we know that we are aware that we're being manipulated, but then we just ignore. We just ignore. Our instincts tells us that this person is just manipulating, because some of them come across as being very, very nice, shockingly, but you need to know, even when they're nice, you need to know that they are manipulating you. It's okay to go ahead, to feel, well, I go ahead, or do I know I am being manipulated? You go ahead, but you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful, because they get used to the fact that when they say, jump, then you ask them how. But when now you need to understand, if you want to change, you need to say, oh, I really wish I could jump, but I'm booked. Oh, I really wish I could jump. Give me some time to think about it. Give me some time to think about it. Teach them to know that you're ready to change. It's not all about them. The world does not revolve around them. Now, do you have those people who you're selling a product on Instagram, or you're selling your service on Instagram, they never like it, they never comment, they never even talk to you about it, they pretend like it doesn't even exist, and they always want the same from you, isn't it? No, you don't have to. And to be honest, do not feel bad about saying no. No, do not feel bad about saying no. It is okay to say no, you know. And yes, they how many of you have these people, isn't it, that they even block you, they even block you because the moment you say no, they are jealous. Yes, they are jealous. It's either they are jealous of that thing, they are insecure as well. These people are insecure. Yes, they are very, 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 very insecure. They have something that they are hiding away from you, you know. So you need to be very, very, very sensitive. Now you need one thing I would also like you to ask yourself is if you have actually made up your mind to give. And when I mean giving, I've already said that it's not about money only, it can be your time as well. You need to ask yourself, am I ready to part away with this thing? Be very selfish, be very selfish with yourself. Now I'm saying all this thing, it's not like I am perfect as well, especially my own kind of person. I don't sort of find this things very easy, especially with saying no, but I've tried it a couple of times. And of course with me, I've actually been through a lot where I've had people that they're always on the receiving side, and when it comes to me asking, they always say no, 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 no. And it took me a long time to realize that it's okay to say no, and it's okay for me to say no as well, because they ask you to do things, you spend your time doing these things. What do they use their own time to do? What do they use their own time? Your own time is precious as well. They don't support you, they discourage you, they look down on everything you do, and yet they want you to keep doing for them. So you need to be very sensitive. You need to be very sensitive. Learn to say no, learn to evaluate these people, try to understand when to end the conversation, or when to distract yourself from having that kind of conversation that would lead to them asking. And maybe delay the no's as well. If you're finding it very hard to say no, delay those no's. Evaluate if this person really deserves this thing. For example, with our children, when we have our children, we brought them to this life, they came through us, and of course we need to give them food, we need to give them the shelter, those basic needs. But we also need to let them know that we work hard for these things, and then they need to be thankful. Anyone you have around you that is not thankful will sort of go and have a sense of entitlement. I was talking to one of my brothers a couple of years ago, and I remember saying to him, one thing our dad did was he asked you to leave to go and be a man of your own. But I felt that was a very good thing to do, because he wanted you to understand that nothing good comes easy. He wanted you to know that you need to work hard to get what you want. But there are some people that feel that as children, you need to do this, it took me a long time to understand that. So yeah, this applies to anyone that feel give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. And then when you give to them, they are not very thankful. You need to be able to set that boundaries. You need to be able to make them understand that, yes, I am giving this to you. I'm giving to you in love. I'm giving it to you because I want to, but you need to learn how to say thank you. You need to be appreciative, because you're going to get to a stage where you need to work hard. I might not be able to continue doing this for you because you're of age. You see? So be very, very sensitive. Be very, very sensitive when you have people that feel entitled. Prepare for the change, because it comes with a lot of people being very upset. You have somebody that say, oh, you're now a doctor now, and then you should be sending me money, you should be. Where were you when I was struggling to pay my fees? Where were you? You know, where were you when I really needed help? Were you there? Or have I ever called you and I asked you for something and then you say, "Oh yes." Or have you ever called me actually to say, "How are you doing? How is your kids? How, did they reach out to you?" But then they come and reach out to you on social media and say, "Oh, give me, give me, give me, give me." And then when you don't give them, they feel upset. It's okay. Do not feel bad about it. You work hard for your hard earned money. And also, it's not everyone that comes to you as I own the world. Some of them are just very smart. They come as crosses, but they have bills. They have lots of responsibilities, and then you keep dishing out your time, dishing out your money, waiting for when to ask. When you ask, they're not going to give you. Sorry, they are not going to give you. So when you're giving out your time, when you're giving out your money, you need to ask yourself those questions. Am I ready to part away with this thing first? Does this person deserve it? Now, if I make the same request to this person, will they give me? Are they ready to actually spend their time? Do they care? Do they care about me? We're in the age and time where you have to weigh these things. You don't want to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and then you dish out the money you're supposed to use to pay your bill to somebody who doesn't even care, who is not even appreciative, or who doesn't even understand how hard you have worked to make that money. Yeah, we have lots of this kind of people around us. Be very, very sensitive. Learn to say no. If you cannot say no, delay the no's, just delay the no's. And then instead of trying to change them, you change. You change your own ways, change your own approach. End the conversation. Time yourself on when you have conversations with them. Time the kind of conversations you have with them. And also, if it's somebody who is a close family member, which of course you cannot really distance yourself with, you still need to understand what their likes are and what they don't like, and know when you need to position yourself appropriately when you're actually dealing with them or when you're talking to them. With your children, with the parents, you need to let them know that you have your own bills, you have your own responsibilities. Sometimes I'm not saying don't give to your parents, I'm not saying don't give to your kids, but when they are not appreciative, it needs to be very clear that, well, these are your needs, these are your desires, you have perceived them, you perceive your needs and your desires as your rights, but hey, I work hard for this money. If you're not being thankful, then you don't even have to say it to them. You just, when next they ask for it, you just say, "Well, I don't have it." It's just as simple as that. And to be honest, they would let these people get used to your change. They would welcome it. They would get used to your change. They know that this is the new you. You don't have to say to them that you're changing, but they would get used to that approach. Make them get used to what you want to do. And then you all can live in peace. So you want to share your thoughts on your experiences of how you deal with people who feel entitled, how you have dealt with them in past, what has worked for you. And yes, I hope you have found this very useful. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. The email is on the screen. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. Thanks for staying to the end. Yes, do not forget to subscribe on our YouTube, on our Facebook, on our Instagram, where we upload the flyers, and we'll let you know what we're doing every week. So, and of course, I will see you next week. Thanks for staying to the end, and this is Dr. Bola Adeyeye Omeshade, and I'll see you next week. Bye.